Welcome back to the channel. My name is Farahia Omar and we are going to discuss about acidic buffer solution based on past year question 2005-2006. Are you ready? This question is about acidic buffer. This acidic buffer is found between benzoic acid and sodium benzoate. Since that this question is a buffer solution, first step you need to write dissociation equation for weak acid and conjugate base salt. And please remember, since that this weak acid dissociate partially, in your equation you must do the reversible arrow. While for your conjugate base salt, since that it dissociate completely, you will use the non-reversible arrow. And in your equation, state of matter insists. Okay, next, after you write the equation, you need to write the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Okay, so before that, you need to identify which is conjugate base and which is weak acid. Okay, so the conjugate base and weak acid you can get in the equation. Next, we can calculate the mass of sodium benzoate using the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. The pH is given from the question. Log pKa you need to calculate, but the Ka is given from the question. And the last one that given from the question is the concentration of benzoic acid. Okay, so calculate the Ka, calculate the pKa, and you can substitute in the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. And then you will get the concentration of conjugate base, which is the same as the sodium benzoate. Okay, next, from the concentration, you can calculate the mole. Okay, after that, you can calculate the mass. Please remember to write the unit because answer without unit is wrong. Next, before we start explaining buffering effect, let me recall this is acidic buffer because it's the combination of weak acid and its conjugate base. So two species that take place in buffering is your weak acid and your conjugate base. Okay, and when a small amount of base is added, what happens is your weak acid will react with the base and it will form conjugate base. And when a small amount of acid is added, your conjugate base will react with the acid added and it will form a weak acid. Generally, what happens in the buffering effect when you add base or when you add acid, the concentration of base acid added will reduce because it is completely used during the buffering effect. For details explanation, when a small amount of acid is added, the hydrogen plus is added is completely used. Therefore, the concentration of H plus added decrease. Okay, this is added, decrease, and the benzoic acid concentration will be increased and benzoate ion decrease. Okay, since that this one is your product, okay, benzoic acid is a weak acid that ionized partially, means that it is possibility but reverse reaction is really small. So, susah nak menghasilkan balik H+. Thus, the concentration of H+ in the buffer is not much affected. Maksudnya, concentration H+ ni tak bertambah. So, bila concentration H+ tak bertambah, means that pH is not much affected. When a small amount of base is added, what happens is this iron hydroxide is completely used and the concentration will decrease. And concentration of benzoic acid also will be decreased and benzoate ion will be increased. So, since that this concentration of OH minus added decreased, thus the concentration of OH minus and H plus in the buffer solution is not much affected. Thus, the pH remains unchanged. If you think this video is useful, please like and share with your friend. Don't forget to subscribe.